lifestyle program, and I hope you've enjoyed all of our classes and all of our live chats. This week, Mona Cabrera, our dietitian, is actually coming back to start doing her classes again, which I know all of you guys love, the cooking demos and all of the cool topics that she has. So today I am going to talk about how to make exercise fun. I know it's hard for people to put those two words together, exercise and fun, but you actually can. And I'm going to give you a few different ideas that can help you, get motivated and possibly, change your routine and get focused a little bit more on your healthy path when it comes to exercise. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is super important, which is to add a friend or family member. We all like to go out and hike and, take some walks and swim, and it's important to find an exercise buddy. It really is. It is fun to have a running partner, a walking partner, somebody to do aerobics with or take a fitness class online, but mostly to be with somebody and be able to laugh and kind of help motivate each other, but most importantly, to help each other, hold each other accountable. Accountability is huge when it comes to exercise. And if you have that partner that you guys have a program that you stick to, a schedule, okay, Monday at 5 after work, we're going to bring our walking shoes and we're going to head out from our desk and go take a nice walk for 45 minutes. And keep that schedule with each other so that you guys always know that that person's going to be the one that's dedicating their time along with you, to make it fun and to be able to talk and kind of get things off your chest and to be able to get a good exercise in. So very important to keep the same schedule if you can, because it's very easy to say, oh yeah, I can't do it today. Oh, well, can we do 2 instead of 3? Try to keep it to where it's a time where both of you guys have it accessible. Try a fitness class. Well, right now, obviously, during COVID, that's a little difficult to maintain, but pre-COVID and hopefully post-COVID, we will have the opportunity to offer more of the aerobics classes that we have here at Foothill Ranch. We had a huge variety of yoga, Pilates, kickboxing, toning classes, along with all of the other locations in the surrounding areas, your local gyms, your studios. Try to join something like that. If you like to work out with groups, which some people do, some people don't, but if it's something that, you know that you like to be around people and they will help motivate you, then it's definitely something for you to try. They can help you, the instructor can help you with correcting your form, making sure you're doing things properly. They can give you some new workout ideas. They're all very, very talented and clever and can come up with some pretty awesome routines for you. And they'll introduce you to some new fitness routines that you probably never thought that you would enjoy. As far as somebody like me that loves a high level of fitness, to where I do enjoy yoga, but I never thought I would until I decided to go take a yoga class, actually here at Foothill Ranch. So, and then also you can meet new people in your community, which can tie into the first example that I gave you. You can meet a new workout partner that likes to take a Pilates class together and hold each other accountable in that way too. So that is definitely something that I would say to start getting involved in when a lot of these studios open back up and when our studio opens back up here too. They're all complimentary. You can come in and sign up and take some of our awesome classes. But during this time, the best way to get some workouts in is to do the live streaming. All the gyms are starting to do live or have been doing live streaming classes for all of their members and even non-members for the community. I know we do them every single day with Rebecca, and she mixes it up and makes it a variety to where it makes it fun. So those group classes, you still get that feel of having somebody lead you, but you're in the comfort of your own home, which a lot of people like that part. They don't like to work out in crowds. They don't like to be next to somebody doing Pilates. So if you're able to live stream it or watch on YouTube or any of your other workout videos, then it keeps you motivated by having that person instructing you on what to do, but you also feel comfortable in your own home. So you can pick and choose a particular class that you like. You can go online, and especially with us, we have a variety all week of a class that you probably want to try or maybe even haven't done before. But since you're in your own home, if you don't feel like, you're doing with 2 left feet like I do a lot of the times, it's okay. Nobody's watching you. So it's kind of a good thing. And you can also pick a particular instructor if you have, a class that you really enjoy and you really like the instructor. That's super motivating too. It's important to always pick classes that you're going to stick with, and a lot of that has to do with the person that's leading you. If you feel motivated by them and you have a connection with them when it comes to your fitness, then that's super important. And you can also involve a family member too to join in the routine. Get your husband or your wife out there to join the fun. The third thing is playing a sport. Obviously, once again, with we're really not being able to do that right now, but it will come back. And there's lots of cool leagues out in the community. In each city that I know of, everybody has a YMCA or a rec center or nonprofits, clubs that are started. You can join any team, any sport. You just have to, find a sport that you maybe you liked playing, tennis in high school, and you were on the tennis team, and you just kind of let that go. Well, there's all kinds of different types of leagues that you can get involved in. I know some of them are even opening back up in a few different communities. So that is something that, even if you don't want to get involved in a program, get involved in getting a partner, getting a buddy to go out onto the tennis courts at your local apartment complex and, start hitting the ball around. During this COVID time, both my kids play sports, and they're in competitive sports, and we haven't been able to do those. So my parents gave us a pickleball set for Easter, and it's been the best thing for eye-hand coordination, for agility, using those fast and slow twitch muscles, engaging as a family. It's just like tennis if you Google pickleball, but it's with different rackets, wooden rackets and wiffle balls. And it's super fast-paced, and it's so fun for the family to get involved in. And it is, very similar to tennis, so you're using all of your muscle groups. And it's just a really fun sport. So YMCA, city programs, nonprofits, there's competitive leagues out there for adults that want to continue playing or children. So definitely get involved in a sport when everything gets back up and running. Research it. There's a lot of beginner leagues out there too. Podcasts. Podcasts have become very popular with everything under the sun. There's so many topics out there and so many great speakers. But this is a great way when you put on those headphones and you are, getting ready to go on that walk, that you find somebody or a topic that interests you. Whether it's, listening to your favorite comedian or topics in regards to our health or what the country's going through. It will keep you engrossed to where you're not realizing that, you're on an incline on the treadmill, and it just keeps you motivated and keeps you wanting to continue to keep going, because you're kind of out of sight, out of mind. You're more focused on what's going on in your earbuds with the podcast than actually, how tired you are from being on the treadmill. I know for me, if I hop on the elliptical or on the treadmill, it's awesome that I have my playlist going, my popular playlist with all my good upbeat songs, so I can kind of engage in that and kind of let my mind wander and focus on, the good tunes that are going on in my head instead of the exercise. And the great thing about that too is a podcast is mellow. So if you're out with a walk with your kids, you can keep focused on them, but you're also having that background noise that's keeping you involved in what's going on. And when your podcast is over, hopefully you get excited to keep listening to it, or an Audible book that you're listening to where you only listen to it when you're exercising. So then if you're listening to it on a Monday and you get excited for your Tuesday workout to come along because you want to end that book that you were listening to or that podcast. So that's something kind of trick the brain. Buy yourself an incentive. This is super important, to keep you moving. Treat yourself to some new Nike running shoes. Treat yourself to some Lululemon, workout pants, yoga pants that you've been eyeballing for weeks and weeks and weeks. Make it to where you deserve something or reward that you, want to give yourself for, keeping up for, it's 5 days straight, I walked on the treadmill. Something that is going to make it to where, I deserve those shoes and I deserve those pants because I'm keeping my routine going. Also, if you don't want to, spend the money, you can also pull out those old yoga pants or old jeans and motivate yourself that way. By looking and saying, yeah, you know what, I remember when I fit in those and I was eating right and I was exercising and I'm going to fit in those again one day. And give yourself a goal. Super important, little goals. Keeping track of a wall chart for motivation. Something super similar to what us moms do, or dads, for our little ones, like a chore chart and having a reward at the end. You should definitely chart your progress. Have a little wall calendar that states, walking on Mondays and Wednesdays and weight training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and give yourself something to visually look at to where you could say, oh wow, I put a check mark on it, put a big X, that's what I do, a big red X to say, wow, I completed that workout and I feel really good. And look, tomorrow, I'm going to do it all over again. And once you see those X's coming across that calendar, it's motivating. It definitely is. As far as changing up your routine, that's another thing that's super important for you to do, is don't do the exact same routine every single day. Mix it up. Take your treadmill exercise and bring it outside. Take your incline and take it to a local hill and, and take a hike. Do Pilates instead of weight training. Avoid, getting yourself in a rut, because that's when you're not going to become motivated anymore and it's not going to be fun. And you always want to try, hence the title, to keep exercise fun. And I think that's super important, is to be able to change it up and go from, doing something that you seem to enjoy, but finding something else too and commingle them so that you, keep having fun. It doesn't always have to be a workout regimen. You can go out and wash your car, set your watch for 30 minutes, take the time to wash your car, or go and pick weeds or be in the flower bed for a certain period of time. You're still moving just because you're not actually doing your fitness workout. Measure, don't weigh. That is very, very important. I definitely live by that rule, and I know a lot of the health coaches here do as well. The scale can be the worst factor for motivation. You may be working hard, but the weight isn't changing because you're actually adding muscle and reducing fat. So you could weigh more. So you have to always keep that in mind, to not always look at the scale in regards to setting your goals. It takes time and energy, and it takes a lot of dedication to change your eating behavior, to lose substantial amount of weight, and not just eating behaviors, but also your exercise routine. So you got to give yourself credit and don't always think that you have to, hop on the scale. Take measurements instead. So a tape measure will show changes before a scale does, and that is definitely true. You want to measure the same place each time. So your chest, your upper arms, your stomach, right here in the midsection, and then your waist, which is a little bit lower, and then your upper thighs. Those are the areas that are the best places to measure, and you want to consistently measure those places. And also chart. Definitely chart those measurements and watch your progress along with your exercise routine to keep you motivated. The last thing I'm going to mention is super important, that a lot of athletes and a lot of people trying to lose some of that extra weight they put on, is to rest and relax. It is very important that after you exercise, you give yourself that 5-minute cool down to get your breath back, get your heart rate down, and truly to relax. Close your eyes, feel the effects of that exercise. Feel the high, feel your endorphins start to slow down. And that's when you kind of can get that addicted to that feeling of that high and that heart rate raising and then cooling down and feeling that power that you just, accomplished something so huge, because working out is a big deal. Also, not just the cool down after the workout, but the cool down for the whole entire day. If you feel that you've gone and done some pretty intense workouts for a couple of days, you do need to let your body relax. You need to let your muscles relax. You need to let them recover. You need to let them go through that fatigue stage to where you can feel motivated and not sore. Because when you're sore and you try to work out, it's not as motivating as feeling refreshed and rested. So definitely try to give yourself that rest time. It's okay. It's okay when the massage places open up to take that day on a Friday when you've worked out all week to go and get a massage instead of the exercise. You deserve it. Your body's going to appreciate it for sure. So I think that's pretty much all I have as far as making exercise fun. It might not seem super fun because exercise can be tough, but it also can be fun if you take that mindset, because making positive changes in your life is definitely a fun thing. So I hope that you guys will take some of these examples into consideration, and we are always here with the Hogue Lifestyle Program at Foothill Ranch to help with any of your questions or needs. So feel free to reach out. Have a good rest of the week, guys. Take care. Bye.